Hey guys, hi. It is us again. We're live again, the Three Musketeers, as you've seen us a lot. But today is a special day because we've have guests who have come to join us. And if you feel us stammering today, it's because of who they are. We can't believe that they're here, so we might stammer. We might not be as fluent as we are like the other days. Today is not about us. Betty from the UK, myself from Canberra in Australia, and Priscilla from Victoria to Australia. Today is not all about us. Today is about this special couple. This special couple, we call them a special couple because they're two inspiring people in our business. They inspire each and every one of us in one way or the other. And when I wrote this topic, faith over fear, Coach Betty always says that it's her mantra every time we do a live. When I think of faith over fear, Dave and Roxanne are the ones that I think about, faith over fear. Because when they share their story, you'll hear why I mean faith over fear, because they are the true definition of that. But with further ado, I'll let them introduce themselves. Let us tell them where they're coming from, and let them tell us, if you don't mind, tell us where you're coming from, who you are, and just touch a bit about what this business is all about.
Right,
On to you.
Yeah, thank you again. I love that. The Three Musketeers. Amazing. and also UK, Australia, we're in Canada. So again, my name is Dave. This is my wife, Roxanne. We're originally from the Philippines, but I moved when I was about 14 years old here in Canada. And like any good kid, my parents told me to go to school, get good grades. And I graduated as an aeronautical engineer and technologist. And the career was good, but I wasn't good for it. I was no good at it. um, I joke around that I have a sickness called alarm clockitis because when the alarm goes off, I want to snooze it because I want to sleep some more. But I forget it snooze again. I'm gonna throw my alarm. I hated my job, right? And I took a leap of faith. I went into my first business, which is really a divine appointment because that's where I met my beautiful wife, Roxanne. I was her manager, and I managed her really well because I married her. and now she's my boss. And but before the online business, I was a general manager, and I do this full time now.
Yes, thank you guys again for inviting us here. It's always a pleasure to do this. So for me, I moved from the Philippines as well in 2004 with my siblings and parents, and my parents, I've seen them work so hard. They gave up their jobs, their careers, everything just to give us a better life. So that's when my dream came alive of just helping them in their retirement when they retire. And soon after, I was actually taking my paralegal because I wanted to be a lawyer at the time, and that's when I met my husband, my at the time, and I told him my dream to help my parents in their retirement, and we realized that even though we have great careers, it's not enough. It's just enough for the two of us and our future kids at the time. So we've done different kinds of businesses prior to the online business. And in 2018, that's when Dave saw the online business, and the rest is history. At that time, I was working in finance in a government job here, and the rest is history.
Yeah, just quickly said what this business is all about. Really, we're gonna dive into it a bit later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Business is about a career that is changing people's lives. I'm gonna leave it at that, and then we're gonna dive into that more.
Oh, well, that's good. It's good to know that, you've been in Canada for a while. And I think all of us have the same vision. Like, we all want to help, like Priscilla, Betty, and myself, actually. And we all moved to Australia and UK because of love. We didn't like move because of family and all, but we all have that goal of wanting to help our families and especially our parents. We want them to retire early. And so all of us, it doesn't matter where you come from, Philippines, Kenya, it doesn't matter because we all have one same goal, to see our parents living the best life because they sacrifice too much for us. But that's good. Priscilla or Betty, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I'll pop in, and it's so good to see you. My question is, I've got three questions in one. I wanted to find out, where did you discover this digital business? Who was it that found it between the two of you? Because sometimes we do get spouses try to work out how to do the business, who did it and how. So where did you find the business? how did you, which one of you actually found the business? And have you ever done any other businesses, maybe brick and mortar or any digital business before this particular one?
Yeah, good question, Priscilla. Thank you for asking. I was just like a lot of us. I was scrolling in social media, and I saw a Facebook ad, and I saw a couple in Ontario, which is Eastern Canada, and
Yeah,
they seemed very simple. I was like, so yeah, put my name and email, and I found out that it was the online business. So I found it in
yeah,
social, and yeah, what was the other question?
And he
yeah,
showed it to me at the
yeah.
time. I was very skeptical
Uh-huh.
because I thought it's gonna be the same thing that we did before, that it will fail us. It's
Mm,
we got scammed before, so I was really hesitant and skeptical
yeah,
about it. So he took him many months, maybe 4 months, to
I
yeah.
tried my best charm, then big smile.
and kept showing me real people getting results, people that are
Yeah,
immigrants with us, people that are older than us, people that couldn't speak much English, people that have more kids, a lot of kids.
yeah,
We have no kids, and multiple jobs, and they're getting the results that we wanted. Quitting their jobs, retiring early, traveling more without worries, and that really inspired me. That if these people are getting the results,
mm,
maybe we can do it as well. So that's why
yeah,
finally in October of 2018, we took the leap of faith to do the business. And
yeah.
prior to that, we actually did a lot of businesses. In fact,
Yeah, we failed in 24 businesses
Whoa.
before seeing this. We were this close to quitting the entrepreneurial journey. Before Roxanne
Wow. Yeah,
told, I told Roxanne told me maybe this is not for us. We're employable anyways. Might as well just climb the corporate ladder. But little did we know that it was God preparing us.
yeah,
Because I was talking. Bob Proctor talks about the law of perception. Your perception changes when you see other things. So when people ask us, how did that contribute to this business? Well, we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we kind of knew what works, what doesn't work. And when we saw the online business, we knew there was a piece here that was different than all the things we've
yeah,
seen,
yeah.
and that's why we knew it. This was what we were looking for.
yeah, because most of our businesses that we've done, well, actually,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, are like most of them, they don't have the ability to attract clients from all over the world.
Yeah,
We always have
Mm,
it to depend on friends and families or referrals and networks. So we only have limited people that we know, right? So I like
mm,
the online system when we ask our coach, how can we attract our clients? How can we get, how do we earn money, right? So it really attracted us the side of leveraging social media, advertising, and because we can actually not just depend on in Canada where we are or in our own province, but we can
yeah.
actually reach to like UK, Australia, different
yeah.
places, right? And that's really attracted us. Yeah, that's why we did this business.
Wow. Oh my God. That is so inspiring. And I think you guys are true entrepreneurs because a person who's an entrepreneur does not quit. Starting one business after another 24
Yeah.
times and
Yeah.
failing and then seeing this one and still going for it. That's a true entrepreneur. And Betty is also very similar. She talks about things she's done before. She's also gotten scammed online and lost quite a big chunk of money. So we try to tell our audiences, you know what? This digital business is for everyone. You can be like me, who's never done a business. This is the
Yeah.
first business I've ever done, Dave
Wow,
and Roxanne.
you're, you're lucky you
And
found that one.
yeah, yeah, I really did. And I love that we have guidance because otherwise I don't know where I'd have started from. This would have probably been my number one fail if there had been no other guidances and things. So I'm really glad we have mentors, we have coaches, we have a system to help us. And as you've noticed, I've literally just come. Today is one of the days when I work. So I'm literally packed outside my childcare. I've just dropped off my daughter and
Mhm.
now I'm trying to work in my mind what school I'm going to and to Google map my way there because I work one extra day to help me with my business financing. So this is really fantastic to hear. And audience, guys who are watching, please know it doesn't matter whether you've never done a business before or you've been an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur like our guests. This is for everyone and anyone in between. So thank you so much for coming on and answering my questions.
And just to add on that, it's
Yeah,
a lot of people say, why is this business only having a lot of women? Because Roxanne and Dave, the three of us always go live every Saturday, at least every
yeah.
Saturday of the week. And a lot of people are like, oh, it is just only women. Well, our viewers, here's Dave. He's
Yeah.
another woman who can
Couples can do it as well.
and couples can do it as well. And the funny thing is, Dave is the one who found the business. Roxanne was the one who was very skeptical about it. It's
Yeah.
usually mostly the other way around.
Yeah.
The lady will find the business, or the wife will find the business, and the man will be like, no, 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 no. But look at it. They found it. Roxanne was very skeptical. She was like, no, we're not doing this. But
Yeah.
with the sweet talking of Dave, look
Yeah,
at
he's
it worked. Yeah, so you guys, that was inspiring, but 24, that's crazy. But look at you where you are now.
Yeah.
I've tried a few, but not as much as you guys. So I can't hit that number. Yeah, Betty, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, congratulations, you guys. I look up to you. I'm also a coach, and I think I've just been watching you. I've been stalking you. I'm sorry to say, since day one, since April 2019. And we are just so blessed to have a community where you can reach out to leaders or people who people might think, oh, I'm scared because they are at this level or they are doing this. So thank you. We really appreciate that you've availed yourself to be here. So my two questions are: I know you've touched a little bit about skepticism, but what are the challenges that you faced along the way? And also, what would you say to somebody who is skeptical? And I think this is a good question because obviously, Roxanne, you being skeptical and now looking at where you guys are, obviously there is something that you did to undo that skepticism and make it where you are today. Yeah.
Yeah, Roxanne will answer the skepticism, but I'll talk about the challenges. The big challenge, I think, for people that will come into this business is that it's really the setting the proper expectation, because the challenge with entrepreneurship is that it's a completely different environment when you go into an employee to an entrepreneur. And the challenge sometimes is that you have to be patient more than because it takes time. And the problem is it's not like school where they tell you, in 4 years you will graduate. 1 year you graduate your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and then you get a job. Like here, we'll give you all the video based, and because most people will ask, when are we going to earn money, right? That's the challenge for most people. But the thing is that you have to learn the skill, and then you'll earn the money. And but the time frame is based on you. We give you the video base. It's up to you how fast you will apply what we teach, and that learning based on that's where you're gonna get the result. So let me kind of, for people that are watching, if this is the first time they heard of this type of business, it's like going to school. I always joke around this. Imagine you go in your first year of school, and then you keep going to school 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and after 1 year of going to school, you say, teacher, I've been here for 1 year. When am I going to get paid, right? How come you're not paying me yet, right? Because you are still in school, right? In fact, you didn't just go to school, you paid your books, your tuition, and time, right? So in this online business, you can collapse your time frame. That's why some people like us were able to earn our first month. But some people, it might take them 6 months because they're only put an hour a week, 2 hours of their time, maybe, right? It's up to you how fast you want to go, but it requires patience and understanding the expectations that in a business, you have to learn the skill, apply it. That's how you can earn. It's not like you have to put in the time like a job. Whether you do very little or not, on the 15th, you're going to get paid, right? So again, this is not a job, right? This is a business. But the upside, and I always tell people, if this was schooling, right? We would say we're like an alumni because we've gone 4 years over, right? In this business, in just over 6 years. So if I'll tell you, is it worth it? Because I always tell young people, if you are gonna go to a career like nursing, engineering, don't just go into it. Ask people that are in the field already. Ask them, like, how is it in the job? How much income are you making? Do you like your job, right? So let me tell you, I've been here for 4 years. let's say
6
with
years.
6 years over 4 years, I'm talking about it's a 4-year degree, right? With over 6 years, right? It's 1,000% worth it, because you don't only get the income, the time freedom is what is incredible about it. So is it worth it to go into this thing? I would say 1,000%. So I think the biggest challenge for people is right expectations, and to know that it takes time, right, to learn a skill set, right? It takes 4 years to graduate just to learn the skill, and then doctors will take longer. If you want to earn the income that the high income people are making in our community, they're earning like doctors income, right? How long does the doctor earn that type of income? Take them a long time to earn and graduate that kind of income. So it's the skills that they have to learn for that longest time. So it's the same thing. There's not a different concept. It's just hard to understand because there's no clarity of time frame, right? But let me just be clear. It's learning the skills. Once you learn, you apply it, and then you start to earn, right? So
Yeah, and also like aside from being patient, okay, because I think being patient and the challenge in this business, right, is really learning the skills, which is there's only a few skills in this online business, right? It's really getting out yourself, doing this. I give you guys ladies honor here to do this every single week, to do this interview, because that hones your skills of video advertising, video marketing, right? Doing whole live interviews, right? This is extra, right? But learning the skills of advertising, I think for us, that's our challenge before, like learning about YouTube, about Facebook. So I think for a lot of people, if they're able to master that, meaning to say to generate leads, to generate, sales and all that, then that's how you get, you start to earn. But the question is, are you willing to learn that new skills? Because a lot of people are not willing to learn, but most people are willing to go to a career, if they want to be a nurse, an engineer, a teacher, they go through that 4 years degree to learn a skill. But here in this online business, it's similar to that. But that's the challenge of most people. That's our challenge first started.
and another thing, just we're gonna go like really deep into this thing. But another thing, some people ask me, we're a coach and mentor for a lot of people already. People says, do I have to do this? Do I have to do a video? And then I reverse the question. In your job, the things that's tasked for your job, do you have to do that, or is it just some option? Like, so you're a nurse, right? Are you a nurse, right? What, like, someone, is that just optional? I don't like it because there's blood. I'll do some things that I like. No, you have to do things you need to do to be successful and get paid in this job, right? And then I reverse it. What if I tell you, I'm going to pay you 200,000 a year from now, but your goal is to do one video a day? Would you do it? Right? That is your task. That is your task, right? You will do it, and you are going to get paid, right? But most people won't, because they think it's optional, right? Because but in this career of online business, there's some things that it's kind of optional. We tell you because it's a business. It's up to you, right? But really, if it was a job, that's why I tell people, treat in the beginning treat this like a job. It pays you like a business. So what's a job? You show up for the time that you're supposed to show up. You do the task that you're supposed to do in that job, and do it for a year or 2 years, and then it will pay you like a business. You'll have your time freedom. But most people, they will come in like, oh, it's a business. It's my time. I do what I want when I can. I do what I put in. Very inconsistent work, and you cannot do that in your job. Oh, I'll just show up when I like it. A day from now, 3 days from now, it's called fired or fired. That's what happens. And this is the challenge of entrepreneurship, because it's easy to follow a boss when you're the boss, but when you're the boss of yourself, it's hard. It's hard to boss yourself and make yourself do the work, right? So it's not just online business. Any entrepreneurial journey, it's like this, right? Because of the structure, you have to put a structure on you, right? But they take like, like you can't believe, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, you're passionate about that because it's
like the last question, which is the skepticism. I think I was able to, or he was able to open my mind more, because he didn't force me. That's the thing, right? He just used his charm, right? No, he just acknowledged my skepticism. He respect my view about it, but he told me that I would love for you to be in this journey with me, right? But also asked me this one question that really challenged the way I'm thinking. He asked me, okay, let's say we don't do this business, right? We're just gonna do our jobs. What do we have in the next 3 years, right? And he said maybe after 3 years we'll pay off some debts. That's it. But what if we do the second option, which is we'll keep our jobs and we'll build this business on the side, right?
Mhm.
Until it pays us, it will exceed our job, right? What do we have in the next 3 to 5 years? What's the possibilities? Maybe after 3 to 5 years, we'll pay off some debts, we'll buy a home, we'll have some freedom, maybe,
We will be
right?
free.
We will be free. And good thing I listened to him, because after, like for us, after 3 years, after 2 years, like for 14 months for him, he was able to quit his job. For me,
Yeah.
after 29 months, I quit my job. So within that 3 years, we're able to become free from our jobs, replace our corporate jobs, and give us multiple six figures a year. And
Yeah.
we own our home and mortgage free, right? So it really surpassed what he said to me. And also I've seen normal everyday people getting the results that we wanted. And of course, we prayed about it, we did our due diligence, we look at the details about it, right? So we had peace about it. As like we believe in this, that once you make the decision, a big decision, and you have peace about it, that means it's for you, right? So I
Thanks
think
be to God,
Yes.
Roxanne, with me on the 25th time, because we failed 24 times. Thanks be to God,
Yeah.
fifth time is, it worked.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. And I'm just here listening, and I'm thinking it's the same question where sometimes I ask people who are interested in our business, and I tell them, it could be where you'll ask yourself a question in 6 months, 1 year's time, and ask yourself, what if I started? Or what if,
yeah,
what if I started? Or would you look back and say, thank God I started? Or would you look back and say, I wish I started? So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that, you've covered that, because I know that our viewers who are watching it, they're going to get something from that. And the challenges as well, exactly what you have said is exactly what we have been going through ourselves as business owners, where someone wants to sleep and then wake up tomorrow and they're millionaires, but they didn't put in the work. So I hope this helps somebody out there who is watching us or who has been asking about the business. So thank you.
Yeah, there's a question here actually, but it's amazing the way you said. A lot of us will want to go to work and work for as many hours as we can to get that paycheck, but we won't want to work on ourselves, which is really, a bit discouraging, because we need to work on ourselves first before we can work on other people. But anyway, that's a skill. That's another skill that each and every one of us, we're human being and we do that. And as we say, Dave had mentioned that we're going to come back to this actually, and this one might actually come to that. Is somebody's asking, what is the name of the company? Thanks, because most of the time when I tell people we don't have a company, it's your own personal digital business. You come in. So do you want to touch just about our business and answer that? What is the name of the company?
The answer is the same. We're all independent business owners.
Yeah.
The name of the company is Obisa Financial Solutions Corp. That's the name of our company. So
Exactly.
what we do is we teach you to set up your own company, whatever name you create. We provide you online business so that people will come to you. So yeah, really, to simplify our business model, our business is. I always talk about franchise and master franchise business model, like McDonald's, for example, right? If there's two kinds of owners in McDonald's, one is the franchise owner, which is the operator. So, for example, in Canada, right, you could buy a franchise, and as a franchisee, your job is to run the franchise, right?
Mhm.
Your goal is to have a lot of sales, Big Macs, all that kind of stuff. That's sale products, right? In your store, lots of sales. But the other one is the master franchise. The master franchise of Canada, their job is to sell a McDonald's franchise, right?
Yeah.
Sell a burger, right? They sell the franchise. They invite people to come to their office, and they do a master franchise sales presentation for you to buy a franchise, right? So our business model is the master franchise, right? Which means
Yeah.
that we sell you an online franchise, right? Because we don't like in essence sell individual products. You can if you want to, but what we do is we teach you how to start an online business, because people can find their own products, but the problem is they don't know how to sell it, right? People can create a website, but the problem is They don't know how to where to get the support and how to how to market it, right? So for us, we provide you all the things you need like a franchise ahead of time. Because here's the truth: the reason why people buy at McDonald's not because their burgers are so good or they have such a good Big Mac or whatever. No, it's not that, because a lot of us can probably make a better burger. No, because they know how to run $1 million restaurant franchise, right?
Yeah.
So because you could have the best product online or offline, but if you don't have to sell it, you're done, right? You could
Yeah.
have a website, if there's no traffic, you're done, right? So you could have the best website and maybe know how to launch an ad, but if you don't know how to tweak it because you don't have mentorship or coaching, you're done. So we provide you anything what someone would start an online business ahead of time, like what, like a website, like the products, the coaching, how to advertise, like a franchise. But more importantly, this is the most important thing: a proven system. People pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. McDonald's, it's there's they actually you know there's rights for it, right? Because that's how they would run a store, how they would I used to work at McDonald's, so I know you have to go to hamburger university
Yeah.
to run this thing, right? That they pay thousands of million, I mean, a million franchise. So for us, we basically hand you over a system that allowed myself to replace a six-figure income. Roxanne was working as a in finance, right? And all these other people, right, that allowed us to not only own a home but paid it off in under 3 years. That's a system we're going to hand you over, like a franchise online. It's a career, but it's also a franchise. So again, we're a master franchise model. We're not a where we buy a franchise and sell products like McDonald's. We actually sell franchises to other people. Our customers are people that also wants to buy the franchise, right? We're not selling the product to them. We could if you want to, but it's not a
And
like I would tell people that the people that make the most money is not the people that buy the actual physical franchise, but the people that are selling the franchise, because it's more scalable.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of people that will get it, and it's also more profitable. Anyways, long answer to a short question. I hope people get value from that.
Yeah. Thank you.
No,
yeah,
no,
makes sense.
that was good. It makes sense. And I was gonna ask about the business going against your faith, but I mean, if you ever found it did not align with your faith, but I know you guys, and you actually touched about that because you prayed. You said you prayed a lot for
Mhm.
financial healing, and this came to you. But the good thing is that you didn't sleep on it. You are not like that story in the Bible where somebody was given talent, some hid them, others didn't even do anything. You're the person, you're the people who prayed for something and worked on it. So I'm very sure it did align with your faith because God gave it to you. When He gives you something, you have to work on it. You
Yeah, I
know?
know people will pray for a lot of things, and I always tell people will only give you God will only give you a divine appointment, right? So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
answer the prayer through an appointment through someone, right? But you
Yeah.
keep the appointment. How do you keep the appointment? By taking action, number one. But more importantly, for the people that are watching that are already in the community, right? Second way you keep the appointment is to stick to it. One, it becomes hard. You gotta stick to it and keep going, because
Yeah.
the growth of your character, that God is more interested than what you're gonna get. Because when you are there, right, it's you become a blessing to other people. That's just what we believe while you're going. So again, I hope that helps you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it did help. I'm very sure there's so many questions that I would like, but I know Priscilla is heading back to work. Dave and Roxanne, I know you have to go and pick your precious son. But thank you so much. But before you leave, what parting shot would you give our viewers, whether in the business or not in the business?
I
What would
think,
your parting shot be?
yeah, for a lot of people, I think you it's not an accident watching this interview, right? I'm sure for a lot of people they have big dreams, and most of us, because of our experiences, of our challenges, we settle on less than our dreams, right? But God doesn't want you to do that. God wants you to be reminded of your bigger dreams, to believe in this, that whatever dreams you have for your family, maybe you want to spend more time with them, maybe quit your job, or maybe you want to travel more, or go back to visit your family or help out with your families as well. um, God will give you all the resources, right? He will give you all the time that you need, all the people, the right people, the money that you need, the talents, all the resources to make that happen. So, a lot of us stop because of fear. But if you allow, faith over fear, yeah, that's the title, right? To believe in these promises, God's promises, that they are true, you can hang on to that, then it will happen by taking action on it. You don't have to know everything. Like for us, 6 years ago, we never thought we would be in this place, right? 6 years ago, we wouldn't know that we could have this kind of freedom, that we could earn what we used to earn, that we can earn in 1 month, what we used to earn in 1 year. Like we couldn't, we didn't imagine that, right? We asked for healing, but He gave us more, right? He gave us more places. And I think when we started, that's what we've hung on to. Like we've seen, those people that are getting success, and we tell God that, God, we have the same God as them, right? We have seen, God, like, those people that are getting 6 figures a year, 6 figures a month, right? If these people can do it, we can certainly do it. We always tell God, we declare His promises over our lives, because He can say no to what you're saying, but He cannot say no to His promises over your life. Right?
Sure.
Right? Because that is His words, right? His words are true. So for the people that are watching, take a look into it. We do offer a free workshop, and you have amazing mentors and coaches here, right here, Betty and Priscilla's here. Priscilla's, right? We're here to help you out. So when you're ready, reach out to them, reach out to us.
Yeah, we all start clicking the link, so click their link wherever it is, right?
Yeah, thank you. Betty, Priscilla, anything?
No, just
Oh,
thank you so much. Thank you so
yeah.
much for coming in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Dave and Coach Roxanne. We really appreciate your time.
Welcome
Thank you.
again.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless. Bye.
Salamat for all you've done. And yes, blunt a bit of it because I knew you were coming. And I hope we can have you another time. I'm sure we have lots of questions we would like to ask you, but because of time, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. Be blessed. And all our viewers, thank you so much. Martha, I can see you. Nima, I'm very sure. Sheila, all of you. I can't mention a lot of you, but thank you, all of you. Have a good night. Have a good day. And we'll see you next time. Until then, be blessed and remember to take care of yourself.
Thank you.